Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Deepak Patel, and in the today's session, we start with the chapter 4. So today we cover the routing. So let's check what are the key point that we are going to cover in this video. So what is a route? How we can create a route? How we can debug route? How we can find a route? And sometime we have to send some dynamic parameter. Then priority when we have multiple route with the same pattern. Then yes, parameter conversion. So when we pass the id, that should be automatically create the object. Then yes, how to create route url, how to get the route parameters, how to get the routes, how to get the attributes, then how to generate the urls, how to generate the url in the services, and then how to generate urls in the tweak file. And then okay, this is the official url, that Symfony official url. So let's start with the route. So basically when user send a request, when application receive the request, it's rendered by the controller actions, and whatever the response we generate, that back to the user. So for that we need a route. So basically that route is, for example, I want to create multiple URLs. So for each URL we have to create the one route. So when we create a route, there are four different way we can enter the route. We can add the route entry in the YML file or XML file or PHP file, or using the attribute. So recently PHP 8 introduced the attributes, so let's use that. It's the safe and fast way, and it's easy to see route definition as well as the logic in one place. So to creating the route, let's first of all understand the maker bundle. So we use the maker bundle to generate the controller, and this is how the route is also automatically created. So right now we only use the maker bundle. So let's check php bin console and then make a controller. So let's create our simple controller. So I would say it's a blog controller. Okay, and when I enter, everything will be created. Let's see what created in the project. So we have a controller created over here, and also in the template we have a tweak file created. So let's check what is the URL blog. So if I enter this URL blog, this controller will be triggered, and whatever the information we have here, welcome to chapter 4. Yes, I want to change it. Okay. Okay. So when I refresh it, it will be show as a output whatever in the tweak file. So let's check what are the how route is created. So this is the route. The attribute are created by the hash in the array. These are the properties. So I just create a basic route. This is the route pattern. We can say that this is the URL that will be showing in the browser, and this is the block name. So if you want to handle the block routes programmatically, we can use this, for example, to generate the URL to redirect to the another route, and this is the simple way to redirect to the UI. So let's check. Then there is a command to debug. For example, I just installed the large application of my client. I don't know which route exists in the project. So just use simple command to debug. Yeah, I know, because I configure the terminal in the Eclipse. Sometimes it's not showing the detail. So let's check that. So we have a number of route already defined for the profiler for the error, and this is the route that we just defined. So this is how we can find out how many routes exist in the controller. For example, I want to show I want to just check the detail of the particular route. Then just use the same command debug router and pass the parameter as a route name, and you will get all the detail here over here. So route name is app route pattern. So is there any regular expression, host, requirement, then class? Yes, we have a route option. Then we have a controller, which controller is created in which method. So this is our controller, block controller, and then method name is index. So if you are installing the large Symfony application, this is how you can find where code is created for the particular route. I think this command also work with the yep, this command is working here, but not working the debug route. So whenever you want to see all route, just use this on the terminal. Okay. Then for example, see, I don't know. See, for example, I have to solve error in my project. I don't know. I'm new on project. I want to put remove this space, but I have only URL. So let's find out where is this code is created. So for that we have another command, route match, and my URL is blog. So when I enter this URL, I will get everything, the controller name and everything. Okay. What we can do, let's try to enter this command on the console. Sometimes it's not, carriage return is not working. So see, so this is the complete route detail, same as here. So we can find out, oh, this is a controller where I can make the changes. So I got a controller, I got a function, I got a tweak page. So I will navigate and then remove the. So I am new on the project, but this is how we can debug the route and my bug is resolved. So what is the next? Priority. So for example, I am going to, before understand the priority, let's check the how we can pass the variable. For example, this is my blog and it's a slug. So string $slug. So if I define some so I am just creating the simple message to send the, this is the detail page. Okay, and let's print this message over here. So if that is exists, that will be print, and if not exist, then it will be just print a blank string. So see, nothing is here. But for example, I have blog, how to deal with route. Okay, this URL is become, so this parameter I can get page, and we can pass my slug is, and then $slug. I just attach that here. Let's check that. See, now I want to, I have a requirement, I need to get some parameter over here and do the code to get blog detail from DB based on the matching slug. This is how this will work. So I use this parameter, I define this parameter, this name and this variable name should be same. Okay, so this is how we can pass the dynamic parameter. But now I have a page over here with the about us. So let's check that, about us. About, and when I use this URL, let's check what will happen. See, about us. So let's remove this so we can identify which page is really trigger. Okay, so what is trigger? About us. So this message, so we have a separate route defining for this URL, but because this route is defined before this, always this route executed, always this function executed. But right now in this case In this case, expected is this route should be triggered. So let's check how we can change this. So I can just define the priority. So let's check define the priority and check what will happen. So I am just going to define priority equal to 2. So let's see. Oh, yeah, we don't need. Okay. See, so I defined the priority, and when we see the routes, see the block detail, slug, and then the priority will be higher because of that is show as at the top. So whenever URL is hit, the expression will be started to match from this route to this route. So this is how we can separate the uh, parameter, separate the two routes when its expression matches with the actual user defined parameter. So this is also same expression about us. This is also same expression, but we given the more priority than this. Because of that, it's now triggering the about us page. So we can clearly see that. So this is how we can pass the parameters to the route. So when we need that, so normally when we create the blog pages, so to make the URL more attractive, we are normally remove the any subdirectory and then pass all the pages as a first parameter. But lots of projects having their own some static pages or dynamic pages, but those are having the same pattern. In this case, we can use the priority. Now sometime we have to execute the types. For example, what type of the request is. In this case, we can also make it use the dynamic, or if the pattern is matched, then define the priority. So what is the next point? Okay, so now for example, okay, so let's define that. So this is the slug, okay, or I can make it something. Okay, this is a slug, and we have to then we will make the code here to get the entity from the database. Instead of that, let's try to make it a dynamic. So automatically that will be page from the Symfony. So let's use, for example, for that let's create the basic entity. Okay, we will create a basic entity PHP. Let's use the maker bundle again, entity, and then bin console make entity, and then just create a simple entity. Okay, now create it. So let's pick up some, let's add some name, or let's do the slug string 255. That is okay. Yes, okay. So let's put some one more blog name string, and yes. Okay, I just create a simple entity, and I already configured the database connection, and we can update that in the database. So this is a very simple entity that we created, the blog and then repository. Let's update the schema. So I just copy this URL and this command and just enter. Let's check that. So we don't have any blog here. So when I refresh it, okay, let's check. Yeah, we have a blog. Now let's put some yeah, there is a feature with the table dot table. Okay, so I'm going to get something. For example, let's check a product item. This is a slug product item. This is the title. Then how to create route in Twig. Creating a route in Twig. Okay, so I just enter this simple to record. Yeah, so we have simple to record here. So now I want to generate it like that. Okay, so I want to get the block. So we have two way. For example, let's import the blog repository. So what happened actually after upgrading to the upgrade my Eclipse, somehow I'm not able to get that here because of I have to put it here. So then $blog equal to repository confine find one by criteria, and then slug equal to $slug. So this is how we just get the get name. Let's check that product name. See, so I just import the repository object as a service, then get block from the database. So let's check what if I directly use the blog here. Let's check what will happen. Blog and then just blog. Okay, let's import it here. Use app entity and blog, and just remove it. Okay, and then check what will happen. Yeah, let's check what will happen here. Yeah, I know that. Okay, so if I make this as an integer ID and then do this, that will be automatically fetch entity block. Oh, ID. Yeah, so it's a 1. See, it's automatically fetch. So when we require this, so normally many projects having add, update, delete, load operation. So when we want to edit something, then just pass that ID and it will automatically get the entity from the database instead of this. And because I knew I also make successfully slug. Later any example I will explain that. Okay, so these are the dynamic parameter. So we are converting that integer parameter into block by getting the block object from the database based on the ID that we provide. So sometime we have to handle the exception if that ID is not provided, then what to do? So then this will be null. So next point is getting the route name and parameter. Okay, so for example, okay, let's just copy and paste and use as it is and check that what will be happen. So before that we have to put the request object. Okay, I know that IntelliSense is not working in my computer, so that should be a HTTP foundation. Okay, so its request is added, $request, and you can see it's also added. So now this should work. Okay, so let's print what data we got. Okay, I'm this exister. See, so whenever you have a requirement to get the current to get the route name, whatever the current route name, use this method. Use this request get attribute there is an attribute bag in the request, get from it. So underscore route is a key. So this is how we can get the current route. Now suppose for example in this case we have a id parameter. So let's check that how to get the parameters. So these are the function where we can get the id equal to 1, and if we want to get all the attributes, all the attribute back, then we can get something like that. This will return all the attribute. See, token, all the attribute, route parameter, route name, controller, firewall context, everything. Now normally when we deal with any custom services and we want to get the route, so this is the common require. Okay, before that let's check how to generate the URL. So I want to redirect to the another URL. Okay, for example return $this of no, suppose I want to create the URL this of generate URL, and then let's check what will be written. Suppose I want to create a URL for this route. So let's check that. See, index about us. So this is how we can generate the URL. So normally lots of time we have to generate the URL, but basically this is the main. I want to generate the URL in some custom service. Okay, so that service don't have any abstract controller or any container loaded. So let's check that. Create the service. So I just create a simple folder and then create the class. Let's route URL generate. Okay. Let's create the class name and finish. Okay, when I just refresh it, I will get the class. Okay, so now how to get current route? We have to just use the private. Okay, we have to just import that service in the constructor. Better is private, and just define the what are the variable is. Okay, so this is how we can get that, or can just find that URL from URL. Okay, and then just create the function public function get URL. Okay, and this function take a parameter from us route name. Okay, and this will return the URL. It means that string or null. If that is not exist, then let's check that $this of URL generator interface, and then generate route, and then I want to generate route for about us. Okay, so let's check what will be print. But okay, so this is through the no problem. We can make it something like that. Unexpected. Why unexpected this? $this of URL interface is defined shorter. That is always the convention we should follow. There is no any issue, but let's follow the convention of generate route and then about us route. Let's copy and paste log about us. and then we have to return this value. Okay, so now I have to include this in the controller as a service. So let's add that. Let's add that. Okay, and then use app. Yeah, that we have to follow app service, app services, generate service. And as I have a service, let's go the whatever the URL generate there, and then I just going to pass the route name is the about us. Let's check that. See, URL is generating. So simple. If I want to generate any URL for the route in outside of the controller, in just control custom class, then import the generate URL generator interface, and then we have a generate function over there. This is already exists in the controller, abstract controller, so we don't need to do that in the controller. But if you want to use that on the different page, different class, custom class, then use that and import your class and then call the function. Then another important is how to get route on the tweak page. So sometime we have to make the navigation. So just create the link here. Okay, so yes, I want to make a link about us. Okay, and just link the about us page to the link. Let's check. So then path is the function where we can mention the route name as a about us. Okay, so when I refresh this, see, about us link will be here. The URL is blog 1. So when I do that, it will be shipped to the about us page. So this is how we can generate the URL. There are more advanced different kind of concept in the route, but I think to start the project, to start learn Symfony basic, these are the sufficient parameter. So I have homework for you. So just create and continue simple blog, add some 10 to 15 blog in a database, just create the list, attach the list with the URL, get your route, get your object, something like that, and then print the blog. So just create 2 pages, list page and blog detail page, and then link that with the each other with the path by using the path. Okay, so in the next video we will cover the another chapter. If you want more video session like this from my side, then please subscribe my channel by clicking on the bell icon, and comment me if you want a video or session on the new topic. Thank you.